Hello everyone. So just going to take you through a pre-demo call or recording for our medical insurance claim workflow solution. This is prepared by Lily for the Southeast Asia cluster or subcluster. Over there we have this process heavily. However, I personally experienced it in the Middle East, and it is quite common across all the southern cluster. Before going into the demo of prepared by Lily and Emerson Solutions, our partner, it is very important just to explain overview on the process, the documents that are involved, and why do we need to usually enhance it. So I think it's about time as well for Kodak to consider a value proposition for the healthcare, as we have been heavily involved in medical records, in RCM, revenue cycle management. Now on the claims, we have insurance claims as well, motor claims as well, and other segments, all under IDP. So we do invite you to look into the other use cases. But for today, we're going to just discuss the medical insurance claim workflow solution on info input. So before going into that, let me just I'll keep it like this. I prefer like this rather than all the animation. So and these things are taken from real life scenarios. So for the claim process to work in some regions and or in the most requested format, it's usually requested for a patient to get a pre-approval statement from the insurance, okay? And this is called an initial guarantee letter. Keep this in mind, an IGL, initial guarantee letter. This slide deck is available for everyone later on, so we can share it with you and we can provide on-demand training. So if God forbid someone has to go to the hospital, there are three cases. There is the planned admissions, there is the emergency admission, and there is the daycare procedure. Let's say it's a planned admission where we do have certain operation or certain something. The process would be to get the initial diagnostic with the prescription for the treatment, everything. This would be submitted for the insurance. The insurance will issue the guarantee letter. Of course, supporting document would be the pre-authorization form, the hospital letter, the doctor diagnostic, the copy of MRI or whichever they are. And then once the IGL is received or the guarantee letter, it will go to the hospital in specific so that they can schedule everything and take the patient in. Again, in general, the benefits of this would be to make sure that the patient would not worry about anything while in this tough journey. However, they will just enjoy, if we can say, their treatment, their recovery, and get better without any other discussion in the background. The second one, which is the emergency admission, and this applies as well for overseas. Okay, so you can see, for example, I made sure to do my homework correctly. This is again one of our customers. They have the same process for overseas where it is mandatory. So if you are covered outside your country of residency or location, then you need to have this as well, because due to many financial situations. So if you are in an emergency, you get there, the doctor will be able to, the emergency or the ER resident or doctor will be able to diagnose your case in case there is anything more needed to become an inpatient or to be able to go through a certain operation or procedure. They will have to submit for the insurance, and the insurance will give the initial guarantee letter, the IGL again, and then everything will be processed as needed. Again, this is something I have personally experienced couple of times, I would say, where we had to wait for the IGL. Unfortunately, I had to take a call from the insurance company while in that situation to make sure that they were just validating what, as a patient experience, it's not very nice to have it from the insurance company, especially that you are in an emergency situation. And then once everything is done, I was taken for a minor procedure and then to stay as an inpatient. Another time, the same thing happened, but in a somehow different scenario where the IGL, so it was plus or minus the IGL, the initial guarantee letter from the insurance versus the final bill of the care was a little bit different. And I was stuck in between this situation where we need to facilitate and explain from the hospital to the insurance what happened, and then to get the release or to get out of that situation. So the second one is emergency admission. The third one is daycare procedures, where it is extremely, if not typically or 100% equal to the planned admission, even if it's a daycare, so you're not sleeping at the hospital or anything. You need to take into consideration everything. You need to get the pre-approval or the IGL initial guarantee letter, pass it to the hospital. The hospital will schedule everything, and then you don't have to worry about anything else. Okay. Having said that, let's look into with Lily, you're going to discover the technical benefits of the solution. But for now, I'm just going to take you over a little bit of why do we do this and what are the document types involved in this. So document types, as some of you might have gathered from what we are discussing, you have, of course, insurance information, so insurance card, ID, forms of the hospital, prescription, tests, copies, everything about that. All these records needs to be included in the submission to the insurance, and most of the times the hospital or the clinic will take care of this role. So all these documents needs to be there to be submitted to receive the IGL, and then the IGL or the initial approval, and then that piece of folder, that case will continue from department A to department B. So it will go into, for example, inpatient. They will collect all the records, all the things that they have given their patient and the bill, and then they will submit it as a claim towards the insurance, which is the RCM, the revenue cycle management. We take everything, we submit it, and then at the end of the month, the insurance will close its balance with that hospital for all these cases or on a case-by-case basis. So these documents are records, and very important later on to discover what is a document and what is a record, but these are records to be maintained properly and to be digitized properly and to be automated properly. Overall, from business perspective, not technical, not on a document or data level, what are the benefits? First of all, for the hospital, since they have initial guarantee, it's better cash flow. What does it mean? It means that once they submit their claim towards the insurance, they guarantee 90, 95% or 99 or even 100% payment on time. No hassle, no dispute, nothing to be done on that, because they already agreed with the insurance that they're going to deliver a health services, healthcare services at the amount of $5,000, $10,000, $50,000, and the insurance has agreed on it. So that claim is plus or minus guaranteed. In my case, when there was a big difference because the operation lasted longer, anyway, so there was a dispute and this process didn't help much, but these are exceptions, and you need to keep in mind that in these cases, as you can see always here, there is always exceptions. Okay, so the purpose of this solution is to automate 80 to 90% of the cases to make sure the business of the insurance of the patient of the hospital get the benefits, and then we look into the exceptions later on. Exceptions, I would say, for any solution provider or any customer available on or watching this video, exceptions, keep it in human in the loop, and you will see in the demo with Lily how the IGL gets routed to the IGL team to make sure that they get it or they escalate to the insurance, and there is always a human in the loop. So better operations and cash flow operations for the hospital, timely and hassle-free healthcare services from the hospital towards their patient, reputation, competitive advantage, expansion, all of this, reputation, compliance, ISO standards. It's very important to provide timely and hassle-free services for any healthcare provider. Patient experience, extremely important to have this process automated, digitized, and under full control and transparency, because at the end of the day, it will impact the patient. The most important part over here is the patient, the insurance, and the hospital. If the hospital are not getting paid in time, they cease to exist, and their cash flow comes from government or from insurance companies. So they need to make sure that all follow the same process, which is claims submission and cash flow. So this is very important for them. Without hospitals and clinic, the patient will not be a patient. They will not be able to receive anything. Insurances needs to have full visibility to audit doctors, to which is the last benefit point, to audit doctors, to audit prescription, to make sure there is nothing fishy. We all know in today's pharmaceutical market, there's a lot of business, which is, it opens a lot of appetite. So it made sure that it gives the full control for the insurances prior to any given a treatment, to double check on the symptoms, on the diagnostics, and on the prescription. So this is very important because we don't want to commit any insurance fraud, and we don't want to fraud insurances and make them go bankrupt, which are a heavy contributor in the hospital's cash flow, and then the whole cycle would be off. So all these are the top 4 benefits that we need to keep in mind whenever we pitch for a solution. We need to highlight them. We need to make sure it is tangible so that whoever we are selling for, whether insurance or the hospitals or the government authorities who are governing these processes, know the impact and know the ROI behind this solution. So that's for me the intro. Long story short, we need to focus on the process. The IGL is the initial guarantee letter, which is the pre-approval. This process is part of the RCM. And yeah, that's it for me. If you have any questions, reach out to our emails and everything. And now I will link you to Lily's amazing demo and use case built with Emerson Solutions. And thank you for watching.
Good morning. Today we are going to use the info input solution to demonstrate this medical insurance claim workflow enhancement. This solution is developed together with our solution partner from Malaysia, Emerson Solutions Syndrome Berhad. Okay, let's get started. So this is to give you an idea the current manual insurance claim workflow. In here, there's a lot of manual document gathering. So basically, it's very time consuming. They have to print, scan, and then they have to reprint again. And the second key problem here is the interdepartmental coordination gaps. So today, the document have to be physically transferred from Department A to Department B, and then also could be potentially to other departments as well. So that's causing a lot of delays and also sometimes missing document. Now, so with the enhancement insurance claim workflow here, there's two things that we're going to resolve here. One is to make it the current manual document processing to be a smart document processing. So the document will be digitally captured. There will also no need a reprint and rescan because the batch manager become an interdepartment sharing monitoring platforms. And here you can see that because of this smart document processing, the information sharing between department to the other department are sharing. So there is no need to be sharing a physical document anymore. Just to highlight, there's a key benefit with this IIS automations. It will be reduce the document handling steps by 50 to 70%. This is also means that there's a shortened claim turnaround times. There's also the shortened, reduce the manpower, etc. Also eliminate some repeating scanning, rescan. Also that it make it that the document are full traceabilities. This is the typical workflows that in a hospital that they need to obtain the initial guarantee letters. So we are to demonstrate today, we are putting 3 departments in this flow. So the blue one represent the admin, the red one will be IGL team, and then the green one will be a department C. So if you look at the flow here, scan and import document, at the first steps, admin will have to require to put in the 3 documents, the IC, the pre-authorization forms and report. They will scan, and then they will move into the matching these 3 documents into one. They will move this document into one, and then to export them into the a draft document A. Then they will have to wait whether on the same day they are receiving the initial guarantee letters. So you can see here there is a waiting process. The admin team will still be holding a responsibility for this process at this moment. If they are receiving, then what they will do is like they will just import this document within the same batch, and then the document will then now do the second round export, mean the draft doc B now have the IC path and report. They also got the IGLs exported now in a single PDF. Now, if the document is not received on the same day, you can see the note here, the admin, which is still in the blue process, they will have to put into the reason and why the document is not received or something else that they want to comment to share this information with the other department. So they will put the reason within the info input solutions. Then the document will then route to the IGL team to follow up. Now, once this is moved to the IGL, so basically IGL team will have to wait. Once they receive again, they will then upload this one to the IIS in the same batch, and then the document will be also then exported. So this one, instead of like the blue admin team have to do, it will then now move to the red color, and then if these two are complete, the C department will receive this batches to continue the necessary process. Okay, now, so this is how we design the IIS workflow within the application itself. So we will do the scanning, they will read the IC information to get the right information like the first name, last name, and IC numbers. And then in the index, the index operator will do the quick verification check against the IC. Same thing here, the first exports, and then this is the waiting. So you can see that the workflow here basically are within the different department sharing that we mentioned earlier, right? Then they will do the exports and then move to the department C, right? Now, the demo scenario here, we will have two. Scenario one is like, I'm going to demonstrate that the admin department will receive the IGL on the same day. So this whole entire process will be completed and then it will move direct to the department C, right? The scenario two here, the admin again will upload some documents and they did not receive the IGL on the same day. Therefore, they have to put in the reason for the delay, and then the document will then now move to the IGL department. So you can see that this will demonstrate the inter-department sharing information and the status on what happening on the case here. Okay, so let's open the this is IIS. So I'm just going to process the process call here, and then I already pre-prepared the document. So in this document, I have the IC, I do have the page 2 for pre-authorization forms, and then we also got the report now. So same thing like we mentioned, this document will be just sent to do the processing. I'm just going to prepare the second cases, the waiting for IGL document. Okay, so same thing, I'm going to put these three documents and I'm going to process now. Okay, so let's open the batch manager. So you can see that these are the two cases that we are demoing. So one is just now that this one, let's refresh. Okay, so this is complete. So I'm going to do the first scenario, right? So in this first scenario, you can see that everything was reading was okay, document was completed. So what the admin will do is like now admin will actually close the batches and then they will start doing the first round export, right? Now it's doing the first round export, you can see here. Okay, so you can see that now the status is actually changed from the indexing to become waiting IGL. So as an admin, I'm still holding this as my now current responsibility. Okay, so if the admin receive, so you can see here, if admin receive the document on the same day, basically they can straight away go to the scanner or they can actually start uploading the IGL document, right? So I'm just uploading the IGL document. So I do have the IGL document now. So in this case, this process will actually very straightforward. They just continue to do the close. If we now move to this one, you can see that now it's straight away moved to the department C. So then this is the first scenario that we are demonstrating. Now, let's go to the second demo just now that they do not receive the IGL yet. Same thing, the information was reading was correct. We are going to do the first round export. And then now, export is here. Okay, so I'm as an admin, now because I did not receive the IGL on the same day, in here you can see that I will start putting the rejection here. So I can actually reject the document and there is only one message here saying not yet obtained the IGL, and I can start putting some of my message, right? So we can set that try to call the doctor to get more information on the operations. The document can only be ready by tomorrow, right? Now, so once I save this one, you can see that now it's marking as a cross. It means that this document, I cannot continue to process. And then I will now route into the other department. So if I close now, you can see that the department IGL now will be the one who have a responsibility. So this is all controlled by the access right and the permission configured within the IIS itself. Now, so I just assuming that I'm the IGL department. So if I open now, I can still see the cross button. If I want to see the detail, I can still read what I'm actually putting the remark now. And then if I do have the IGL document now, I'm just going to scan and attach this document. So once I attach the document, I will have to come here to say that, hey, I want to reject the document now. It means that the clear the problem earlier, and I have the option now for IGL uploaded, mean I done my jobs, and I can also put in my comment, right? So receive at 8 a.m. this morning. Yep, so the document is uploaded. Then I click OK. So now you can see that the cross button no longer there, and then we can always go back to view the full information of, in and out information sharing within the admin departments and also the IGL department. Now, so once this is complete now, the person will just close, and then it will move again to the department C. So this is basically the sharing. Each person who have the same right, or they can always come here to look for the document that under the care they can continue to process. Thank you. So this is for today's demonstration.